Hi, my name is Marianne, and I'm here to introduce myself. My kids are at school, my husband's going to pick them up, so I've got this moment to plead and talk with you. And also to give you an idea what it's like victims of medical error, because this is how this whole thing started. In 2009, I was severely injured during a medical error, and later that day died, fought for my life. And what I went through was out of this world and more like belongs in a Stephen King movie. I don't know if I can use his name or not, but seriously, you know what I'm talking about. Now I'd like you to know what people go through. Well, one day you're on top of the world, so to speak, other than a sore back and a limp. I wish that was just what I had to complain about today. However, it's not. But it took just an instant and a slip of a knife to take everything away from me that I know and love, and nearly my life. I did have a near-death experience, and in a different video in a different time, I will answer all those questions and tell you what I experienced. But right now, we really need your help. Come May this year, 2016, we have to leave the place that we've temporarily rented and have nowhere to go. And we can't afford to buy a house, and we can't afford to build a house. The only thing that we can afford is a do-it-yourself modular kit, which I have no problem with. However, it costs and need a lot more to build a home. Yeah, I guess most of you know I have the land. It was handed down from family to me. Cannot be sold out of our family, and nobody really is in a position to buy it from us, and I don't really want to sell it. It's a beautiful piece of land. It means a lot. I grew up there and would love to die there. So we need your help building our home. Not just for me, but especially for our two daughters. They're 8 and 11, Taya and Alexis, and we've adopted these two little girls, our little girls. Which makes it even worse for me letting them down this way. I mean, they've already been through so much. So much. And Alexis and Taya wasn't with us when this accident happened. But Alexis was. She was there that day, and she watched me die. I can't imagine how she must have felt, because before we got her, she was in the foster care system and had to go through a lot of different homes, hospitalized a few times. And I just wanted to protect her and give her a home and allow her to grow up, and now her sister to grow up in the same environment that I grew up in the same that I brought my two children in, and you know, a family, loving, a mom and dad, you know, and you know, a mom being there for them all the time, answer their questions, to tuck them in, to put band-aids and kiss their owies, and I'm sure you all know what I mean. And when I was laying there dying, she's the reason that I fought so hard. And she's the reason that I accepted all that pain. I don't know how to explain it, but when I bled out, I bled into my abdomen, severed both iliac arteries. Not just a tiny bit, but almost 75% of it. So I bled out into my abdomen in a very short hours without any medical intervention, even though I was screaming bloody hell and asking for help all day. But throughout the day, I not only died, but the blood filled my cavity and crushed everything. And I can guarantee you that it's called compartment syndrome, and it's excruciatingly painful. Not too many people live through that, but I did. I did, and I did, thinking there's no way that they're taking another mother from that little girl. They're not taking me away from her. She deserves that. I'm not bragging, but my love is pure and strong and real. And I would move heaven and earth for my children. And anybody that knows me knows that. So I did that. And even though they told me I was going to die, they gave me my last rites, told my husband and my family I'm going to die, I refused. I refused. And then I had my near-death experience and got to experience a wonderful thing. And think that I proved that I was worthy to be her mom. And Taya's mom, it turned out, too. And Taya is her biological mother's, her half-sister, who now lives with us permanently as well. And I'm thankful for that. I feel pretty blessed and incredibly lucky. But anyway, here we are. I have no idea where else to turn. I can't help my husband. I've always been able to get myself whatever. I've always been able to deal with whatever came at me. And this is the first time in my life, hopefully the last, that I actually don't know how to help. Physically, I can't. And even emotionally, I can't. Still have a lot of health issues, mobility issues, and you can imagine everything was crushed. I was cut from all the way just underneath the breast, all the way down, and had everything taken, put back in, and nothing ever goes back in, right? Like, trying to get that bag of cereal back in the box. Yeah, that's kind of a funny way of putting it, but try to visualize that. But in human. Still have a difficult time, not just focusing, but actually staying alive. I don't know how to put it. I try to keep the stress and the emotions down because my heart isn't very healthy. And it's having a difficult time. So my husband can't go to work, and my kids can't depend on me. I can swallow that. But I can't stand the thoughts of dying, knowing my kids, my husband and my kids, don't have a home. It's not fair that they have to pay the price for somebody else's mistake. I will accept, and I understand that people make mistakes, and if it was just me involved taking the brunt of this, that's one thing. But it's not just me involved. And it never is just the patient involved. It's the patient is left to live with with pain and discomfort, fear, emotions, memories, dreams, and the families are left to deal with watching that. My kids are left with half a mom. I don't know how to say it. I could sit there and we spend lots of time very close and we have great talks and everything else. But that's not what I'm used to. I'm used to like coaching football or sorry, basketball and taking to movies and going swimming and gardening. Gardening was my life. I think it's the most important thing to teach your kids to garden, to teach your kids to grow own food. I had my own chickens. I grew, grew. Uh, I raised my own chickens, my own meat for eggs. I grew my own food. I can't do any of that now. I can't teach that to my children, my younger children. I mean, I taught it to my older kids because I was healthy. So I got way off track and forgot the point I was trying to make. The point is that we need your help. You could use your financial help, or if you can help in any way in getting our house started, built, and finished, I would be incredibly thankful and in your debt forever. It's not very easy for me to ask for help. It's not at all. I'm not. I'd be the first person there to help. And I've never had to ask for help before. I never even asked help get out of bed in the hospital because I was so afraid that I was so afraid that they just thought I was gonna die and that they would just let me die if I didn't show them how much I wanted to live. So I actually got out of bed and sat there while my stomach was actually still open. And I had tubes in my throat and in my neck and down my stomach and hoses everywhere. And I mean everywhere. So that, I hope, shows you what kind of stubborn person I am and how much your help means to me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you and God bless you.